welcome back to Last in Class podcast. It's another musical entrance by Sakura.
Yes, that was created in, the spirit of Mortal Kombat.
Masterpiece.
Wrote it this morning.
All right, so this round we decided we're doing video game movies. My choice was Mortal Kombat 1995.
Get over here.
That's right. Probably going to hear that multiple times this podcast, because why not? Mortal Kombat 1995. Tyler, this was way before you were born. Me and Sakura grew up on it. This is like a...
I was 7 when it came out.
Yeah, but still, you're in elementary school. We grew up on it.
Yeah, I guess.
This was like a playground movie where everyone talked about it. PG-13 from New Line Studios, based on a video game by Midway. Obviously, everyone knows that it's a video game. Budget was $20 million. Box office was $122 million worldwide.
Nice.
Yeah, very good for the time. And a Rotten Tomato score of 45%.
Yeah, but there's an IMDb score of 5.8.
5.8, so...
4.5 stars.
Is it 4.5 out of 5?
Yeah.
That's right. Deserves every one of those stars.
Yeah, it sure tried for all those stars, that's for sure.
All right, so directed by Paul Anderson. Everyone knows him from the Resident Evil franchise.
I don't know him.
Yeah, well, he's basically directed, produced, written, not necessarily all of them, but he's basically his franchise. Death Race, Event Horizon, one of my favorites, and Alien vs. Predator. The writer was Kevin Droney. Once again, these names, I just wrote them down, so I'm just going to take my best chance at it. Say what?
I would say Droney.
Okay.
Droney it is.
I don't even know what I said already.
You said Drowny.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess there would be W. All right. Stars Christopher Lambert as Lord Raiden, probably the biggest star at the time. Robin Cho is Liu Kang. Lyndon Ashby was Johnny Cage. Carrie Tagawa was Shang Tsung.
Shang Tsung.
What
are you doing?
Sorry, I'm just going off the list now.
Yeah, you know the characters. Come on.
Yeah, I do. But it's different when you're reading them and when it's just like off memory.
Dude, you're going to get your soul taken, bro.
Good, go for it. Bridget Wilson Sampras as Sona Blade. Talisa Soto as Princess Katana. I don't want to read anymore. Someone else can do it after me. Kano was played by Trevor Goddard. And then we got Scorpion was stuntman Chris Kazamaza. And Sub-Zero was a stunt performer
Francois
Petit.
Sure.
One of those two.
Should we just go through the rundown of the movie first, or?
Yeah, let's break it down first.
Who wants to start? Tyler, you start the description. You just watched it for the first time.
Yeah, we want to hear your opinion.
My opinion on the movie?
Well I thought we were doing
rundown. Yeah, well, it's his first time seeing it. Give us
Tyler can start,
synopsis.
And then we leap in.
Started off with Liu Kang having a dream of his brother fighting
Shang Tsung,
yes. During the dream, he was getting killed by him. I don't remember the exact quote that his brother said, or he said, "I'm coming for you," or "You're next," or something. And then Liu Kang woke up, obviously sad about the death of his brother.
You get a Western Union note too. They focused in on that Western Union for a good solid 5 seconds.
I don't recall that.
They did.
I remember them.
It was just really weird.
But I didn't
why?
Yeah.
Product placement, probably. They probably got money for it.
Probably.
Who was next? Was the Sonya Blade getting introduced next?
Yeah, her and Jax.
Yeah, her and Jax. Criminal chasing Kano. So Kano got introduced in this.
They're just going through a rave, just with these shotguns and guns ablazing, just people on drugs just partying, and they're just running through with rifles and stuff.
Yeah, so who was after Sonya?
Johnny Cage.
Oh, yeah, Johnny Cage.
Oh, yeah.
With the fight scene, and then turns out he's an actor.
Yeah.
Little note that the director and the chair that swung down was supposed to be Steven Spielberg, because he was actually a huge fan of the game, but his schedule wouldn't let him have it, so that's why wouldn't let him appear. So
kind of looked like Spielberg.
That is why
I
the
was
character.
Thinking that too. I was like, that kind of looks like Spielberg.
Yeah, that's why the character looks like Spielberg.
Okay,
that makes
sense. That makes sense.
It would have been pretty sweet if it was actually Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, it would have been cool. I mean, maybe we got $123 million.
I don't think it would have increased anything else like that.
Never know. You got to say, I'm in this movie.
So we get the introduction of these characters, and they're going to fight in a tournament. They'll kind of get introduced the first time.
Well, Liu Kang he goes to his monastery, he goes to seek guidance. I got to go whoop some ass. And the monks are all just like, no, you can't. They
make it seem like he trained all his life for this, and then he kind of just turned his back and left, and his brother didn't leave with him and
died.
That's why he died. Because when he comes back, they don't want him to go and fight in the tournament for in their representing them or whatever.
Right. And then Raiden shows up, and Liu Kang's like, this guy sucks. It's not Raiden. He's nobody.
Yeah.
And Raiden's like, I got lightning fingers. Check this out. And watch my eyes light up. And he's like, oh, you're Raiden. All right.
Yeah.
And then the monks are all just like, all right, you can go, I guess. Well, actually, they don't say that. Liu Kang just goes, I'm going to go with or without your permission. And he walks away.
All right. So after that, is it the boat scene next?
Well,
Yeah,
well, then Shang Tsung, disguised as Johnny Cage's old like mentor, shows up and tricks him to get on the boat.
Yeah. Says it would be good for his career because
Yeah.
people think he's a fraud, even though he's not.
Right. And then,
And
so
then Sonya's chasing Kano, and Kano
Getting
leads
on the
her to
boat.
the boat because he's getting pulled by
Shang
Shang
Tsung.
Tsung. So everyone's on the boat. Boat takes off.
And it comes out of nowhere. It appears in a fog.
We get that scene I really like with Johnny Cage and
Kang.
Liu Kang, where he thinks he's like gonna take it. He asks him to take his
He's a
bags.
worker, yeah.
Yeah, and he just takes the money, takes his bags, throws it in the water.
Yeah. And then later, when they get off the boat, Johnny Cage has like 12 bags in his hand.
Yep.
It's like, what a
And then
prick.
just falls like face planted right into the water
Yeah.
afterwards.
Yeah, like what are you doing? Like, and he always is wearing like basically the same shit. Like, you're in a fighting tournament. Why are you wearing like Dockers and a button-up shirt?
Like businessman gear.
Right? Yeah. Like, I know you're an actor, but like you're in a fighting tournament. Wear something that would help you fight.
All right, so on the boat we get introduced to Sub-Zero and Scorpion, and
They're mortal enemies,
Yeah.
but they're under the guise of Shang Tsung's
well,
power.
they're slaves of him under his power.
Yeah.
So Shang Tsung is, a wizard, and he has like control of all these souls of fallen fighters that he's claimed. Anything else happen on the boat besides Raiden kind of explaining to them?
Not really. Basically, the boat comes and Shang Tsung tries to make Scorpion and Sub-Zero fight, and Raiden's just like, no.
Yeah, that's right.
It's against the rules. Let me show you my cross eyes and my lightning finger. That was the boat. And then they arrive at the island in Hong Kong.
Yeah, beautiful locations, by the way.
Yeah, nice locations.
The only way to get to these locations, like especially the beach ones, were by boat. They had to take like these canoes. So all the not just the actors, but all the equipment had to get canoed. Yeah, everybody, camera guys, everything like that. That's how secluded those locations are. It's probably why they look so good.
Well, they had $20 million, so I mean, you can get a couple canoes for like $5.
$20 million is not that much money.
I'd be happy with $20 million.
Not for a movie, even in the 90s.
Yeah, I would.
Not for like a major motion picture.
I wouldn't say this was a major motion picture.
But it was. I mean, most studios didn't want to touch it because at this point, we only had like 2 video game movies, really.
What, Super Mario?
Super Mario Brothers and Double Dragon, and both were received.
Double Dragon.
Yeah, Double Dragon is so bad.
Billy and Jimmy.
Maybe we'll get to that one day. I'm not even sure if I ever watched through the whole thing in one sitting. It's so bad.
You should. The video game's good. Double Dragon and Battletoads is tight. Well, it was when I was a kid.
Okay, so they're on the island. They have like a feast, and then we get kind of an example fight with Sub-Zero and just one of the...
Just a random dude.
Yeah, just some muscular guy, whatever. And he jumps at him, freezes him, and shatters in a whole bunch of pieces.
His head, falls at Shang Tsung's feet.
That's right. But what I like about it is it looks
Flawless
like
victory.
it looks like the moves in the video game.
Yeah.
So to me, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
if they look corny in a way.
The corniest thing about this movie is before everyone fights, they pose for like 30 seconds.
People do that in martial arts, though.
Yeah, but if you're about to fight for your life, I think you should not expel your energy
Hey,
by
hey.
like showing off. Like,
Don't
look at
be
this.
jealous of martial arts skills that you don't have and you want.
I mean, trust me, it'd be cool to do a backflip, but
Jealous.
I wouldn't be flailing around first.
I would love to see you do a backflip right now.
Yeah, I would love to. And you want to know what I would do? I would not do anything before it. I would just bust out a backflip
Yeah,
or a front flip.
Seeing how you couldn't even like move your legs yesterday, I don't think a backflip is going to happen.
I'll take that challenge. I'll learn how to backflip.
Somebody started working out this week, and it did not go well the first day.
It went well.
Yeah, well, you just couldn't walk for the next 3 days.
Yeah, that's fine. That's no pain, no gain.
What's Tyler doing over there stretching?
I was imitating him
Oh.
with his
Yeah.
legs.
I think it was more like, ow! And then just like almost falling over.
All right, so we find that there's the Outworld, and there's, what is it, the Earth Realm?
Earth Realm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Earth Realm is us. So half the fighters represent us, and Outworld is all the other people like Scorpion and Sub-Zero and
Goro.
Goro and all them. And basically, if the Outworld wins 10 tournaments in a row, they take over the Earth Realm, and they've won 9. So this is like the last chance for the Earth realm to defend themselves, because basically the world gets destroyed.
Yeah, and Princess Katana does not want that.
Damn right. And you're gonna listen to everything she says, right?
Yeah, of course you're gonna listen to everything she says. Liu Kang's in love with her.
Well, originally there was supposed to be a real love story between those two. Like, even when they were filming it, and the director was like, we don't need it. There's enough good action.
No, could have been more action.
PG-13, not going to get that type of action.
Could have got something.
Yeah? The actor who played him, Robin Shou, he was like, I wish I could have made those scenes.
Yeah, I bet.
A little disappointed.
You know what? I just looked him up on Wikipedia. He's 62. Still looking good. That dude.
He looks great.
Yeah.
All right, so what happens after? Where are we at? So do we go right to the fights then after that?
I think so.
And who was first? Liu Kang?
Yeah, he fights that one dude with
Like the leopard
sticks.
guy? Yeah, with the sticks. So after the fight, it's just on like the sand. It's just a short little easy fight. Liu Kang wins, and then Shang Tsung takes his soul, and the guy dies. That's when they
Turns blue.
Yeah, that's when they kind of realize how serious this is. It's not just like a normal karate tournament.
Yeah, Johnny Cage is all like, oh.
Because Liu Kang understands what's going on, but Johnny Cage, Sonya Blade, none of them.
Well, Sonya Blade has one mission to get to Kano. That's all she cares about.
That's all she cares about. She doesn't care about.
She doesn't care about this
She
tournament.
doesn't care about Earth Realm or anything. She just wants Kano.
Right. And what's his name? Johnny Cage is just walking around in Dockers, just like, I'm an actor, but I'm a good martial artist.
Tyler forgot when he did the intro. The movie starts off with the most amazing theme song.
Yes.
Right away, you get pumped when that theme song hits.
Dun, 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 dun.
I was jumping up and down when I heard that.
I still have this on my workout playlist because I get pumped, and it appears multiple times in the movie, and every time it does, I immediately just get super excited.
Yeah, most of the music in this movie is right along that alley. It's all like electronic beat, like.
Yeah, well, they went to 2 different companies. I think it was Sony and Virgin Records to do the music for this movie, and they told them they wanted to do electronic music, and both those companies were like, no, turned them down. They wanted like rock bands, the current rock bands at the time,
like Nirvana,
to do the soundtrack. So they went to some other company. I don't remember what it was called. It was like a small company, and history is made.
Get that hype music in there, I guess.
That's right. It's one of the best parts of the movie.
The intro. That's
music.
Not good for
the music. There's just more fights. I mean, typical fights. What's the next one?
Kano's eating a turkey leg and meets Goro, or some sort of leg of meat.
Yeah, like a turkey leg.
His hands are all gross.
We see Goro for the first time, and Goro looks amazing. He was not CGI. He was a real puppet. Took up to 13 to 16 puppeteers to control him.
That wasn't a guy in a costume.
Well, there's a guy in the suit, but like, you need somebody that controls the eyes. Someone controls the mouth. Someone controls the arm. You need all sorts of puppeteers.
Yeah.
To control it. Still looks amazing today. I would take that over most CGI I see in movies now.
Better than the Goro in the new one.
The Goro in the new one looks fine.
He just looks fake.
Yeah, because it's CGI.
It just looks fake.
Doesn't look bad. I know you hate it. I think the audience will know by the end of this video that you hate the new one.
Yeah. Oh, they'll find out.
I bet they will. You've been complaining about it the whole time we were setting up for the podcast today.
It's just like Batman vs. Superman with a pair of demons in the opening scene. Completely took me out of that movie immediately. It was like 2 seconds in. I was like, this movie sucks.
Wait, what was that?
In Batman vs. Superman.
Oh.
The parademons in like the opening scene. The CGI looks awful.
Oh, yeah. I hate those characters.
And I was just like, well, this movie's going to blow.
I will say I like that throughout the fights and stuff like that, we get the classic lines from the game. Flawless victory. Finish him.
Yeah. Brutality.
See, that's one of the good things going for this movie is they didn't try to distance itself from the game. They made the game. It's a fighting game.
Yeah.
We have cool characters. We have attitude. This movie is made for teenage boys to be entertained, and it delivered. That's the problem with most video game movies. They try to get away from the source material like they're embarrassed by it.
Yeah.
Just do the source material, and you will have a fan base.
Yeah.
Fans that like the game will like the movie. But if you change it up, it's messed up, and that's why this one works so well. All right, we don't have to go like exactly every freaking scene. We can just...
All right, so there's more, but I do want to talk about the scene in the woods. with Scorpion and Johnny Cage.
Right, but I think Sonya came first, right? Sonya gets to fight
She
Kano.
fights Kano and kills him.
Kano, yeah. She kills Kano, and we get the horrible, oh, give me a break. Okay. And it snaps his neck. It's one of the only corny things in the movie that didn't really work
One of the only corny things in the movie?
That didn't work for me.
Oh.
I love all the other corn. Give me that corn.
All right.
I'll eat corn all day.
I got a cob full.
All right. You want to jump right into Scorpion?
What? Yeah, where the thing comes out of his hand, and it's got its own personality.
Right.
What is that?
That was new for the movie, I guess.
You didn't have to do that.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. It didn't look good back then. It doesn't look good now.
No, I mean, it coming out of his hand looks all right.
No. Did you see it?
Yeah, we just watched it.
It has not aged well at all.
When it first comes out of his palm,
It looks awful, I agree.
it looks okay.
You're going to attack this movie for multiple things, and you decide to defend it.
I'm talking about the initial when it comes out of his palm.
I know what you're talking about.
And then it just gets worse and worse and worse and worse. And then it has its own personality. And then it's like 1,000 feet long.
Yeah, but I like the place they did it at. Like, the woods was cool.
Yeah.
I guess that didn't make any sense.
It doesn't have to make sense.
I'm just saying.
They're in a place that's like, ancient looking or something.
Yeah, but why was Johnny Cage just walking around in a forest by himself?
Because they went there to fight each other.
Yeah, but they didn't even explain that. It just flashed into that scene.
It doesn't matter. It's a nice visual, like super straight rows of trees. Super cool. I liked it.
Yeah, and then Scorpion pops out behind the trees, shoots his palm thing. It goes for about 1,000 yards, misses Johnny Cage, and
dies when it runs into a tree.
Yeah.
Pretty lame on that one. I'll agree. But
and then Scorpion, get over here, come back.
Yeah, get over here. Obviously, quote of the game. One of the quote of the movies, but we'll go with a different one by the end.
But it would have been cooler if he actually struck somebody with that and got him and said, get over here, and then pulled him in.
They should have showed him beating
fighting
somebody
like a
jabroni.
jabroni.
Yeah, like Sub-Zero got to show his moves.
Yeah.
So Scorpion should have got his.
Yeah, you got to freeze Sonya's gun, right?
But we got to see Scorpion's fatality, even though he didn't get to kill the person, because then they go to the other world. Johnny Cage.
Yeah, Johnny Cage does his super kick, and then he just goes into a different.
And then you get Scorpion taking off his mask and shooting the flame at him. That's what he does in the fatality. One of the fatalities in the original game.
Yeah, terrible skeleton.
It's not a terrible skeleton. I thought the skeleton looks good.
No.
It does. The real effects in the movie are amazing. It's the CGI that fails.
The skeleton looks not good.
Looks great, people. Don't listen to Sakura. What does he know? So Johnny Cage beats Scorpion. Is Liu Kang versus Sub-Zero next?
Yeah, because Melina's like, you got to use the Force. You got to use the element of life.
Yeah, elements of.
Yeah.
And he's just like, oh, water. As Sub-Zero's harnessing a bunch of ice shards.
Yeah.
Sub-Zero really took his time, really let anyone
it
have
was about
all
30
the time.
seconds. Like, he was just building this
Just
up.
standing there.
Building up his power.
Liu
Yeah,
Kang.
just making a force field. And then Liu Kang just oh, there's a bucket right next to me. And it's filled with water.
We'll rate him. Put the bucket down on purpose.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he walks in, puts it down, drinks from it, and just leaves it.
Oh.
He left it on purpose, obviously.
It was all planned. That was premonition. All right. Well, you'd think Sub-Zero wouldn't be able to die by ice since he can conjure ice.
He got stabbed by the ice, though.
I know, but
different.
you think he...
I feel like he would absorb it or something like that.
Right.
Since that's him.
Right.
But yeah.
Well, you guys are wrong because he's dead.
Well, yes,
and we're down another cool character because if you played the game as a kid, you were Sub-Zero or you were Scorpion. Let's be honest.
Noob Saibot.
What?
Noob Saibot?
Is that a character?
Yeah.
He's not in the first game.
Well, he's a hidden character.
In the first game?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I think it's Scorpion or Sub-Zero. It's Scorpion when he dies or Sub-Zero when he dies. I don't know.
I have no idea. I've never played them, so.
How dare you?
I have number 11 right behind it. You can play it.
New fighting games, not my thing. 90s, all over it. Give me a Sega Genesis controller or arcade.
All right. Yeah, Noob Saibot is revealed to be Bihan, the elder Sub-Zero from the original 1992 game.
Yeah, revealed, but not in the game.
He debuted in Mortal Kombat number 2.
Thank you.
Well, they took elements of number 2 and put it into this game.
Tyler knows nothing about Mortal Kombat. I think you just say you never played it, right?
Yeah. I only knew of Scorpion or Sub-Zero, and that was probably about it.
So after that, I don't know if it was before or after.
Kung Lao.
We find
Shang Tsung.
Shang Tsung. I'm going to mess it up over and over. He tells Reptile to start following Princess Katana, and his CGI looks worse than Scorpion.
Yeah, that
looks
is terrible.
awful.
It is bad.
Sure,
But I think all the Scorpion stuff was added later, or all the reptile stuff was added later as well.
There's a scene where Liu Kang is like looking at him, and you can tell like he's not looking at where Reptile's supposed to be.
Right. Because, well, they had problems shooting because when they were shooting the real scenes, they had no idea what Reptile was going to look like in CGI. So they had trouble shooting those because they had no reference.
That's awful.
Well, it was all added after test screens of the first round of the movie. Is next Goro. They show Goro killing a whole bunch of people, but like in shadows.
And then he kills Johnny Cage's buddy.
Yeah, I don't know what that character's name is, but
Art, I think his name was.
Yeah, it's Art something.
Art Lean or something.
as a kid, whenever they showed that scene, I always felt so bad for that character. I don't know why.
Yeah, because he didn't deserve to die.
I know, he was too nice.
He was just a cool dude.
Shouldn't have been on the island in the first place.
Right.
He was never going to win. Let's be honest.
Right. He was just there.
All right, so that leads to Johnny Cage challenging Goro to a fight.
He does his nut shot.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Because he finally has the guile to understand what's going on in the tournament now. Finally, after seeing magic and shit appear in front of his eyes, he's like, "Oh, this is for keeps."
Yeah.
And then, because what? Yeah, I guess.
That was a total accident.
But hey,
Reaching for my notes, press the button.
yeah, then he fights Goro and nut punches him, and someone else can take it from here.
And I think Johnny just like runs away or whatever, goes up a couple of hills or whatever, and then Goro's like, "Oh, I'm gonna follow him," and then goes to the cliff.
What has to do with cheering. He always does that like roar
And every scene
nonstop,
he's in, yeah.
and all the guys, like all the worker guys, or whatever,
Yeah.
just like Goro. Yeah. Anytime Goro appears, it's just the same thing. They're as happy as can be. And then we get one of the other quotes of the movie because Goro crushed his sunglasses before, so Johnny Cage, those are $500 sunglasses, asshole. As a kid, this was probably quoted so much at school.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
That sounds like
top
it would be
quote.
for sure.
Oh yeah, everybody wanted to be it. And then he kicks him. He's hanging on the cliff or whatever. And we have another quote that comes from the beginning of the movie when he was shooting the movie and the actor didn't fall down. He's like, "This is where you fall down."
Yeah, I remember.
So
that
he's
now.
Callback.
Yeah, call back
That's good writing.
because he says it to Goro before. Does he kick his hand or does he just fall?
No, I think he just falls. I don't think he kicks him.
That's just good writing right there. That's callback. That's full circle right there.
All right. So after this battle, do we have it where Shang Tsung
Kidnap Sonya.
kidnaps Sonya, and then the others try to go find her or try to go rescue her, and that's what takes us to the final battle, right?
Yeah, Melina disguises him. Right, not Melina. Katana disguises him, takes him there because Shang Tsung's like, "I want to pick someone to fight of my choosing if Johnny Cage fights Goro." So he's like, "I'm going to fight Sonya because I'm going to whoop her ass." Kidnaps her, and then Liu Kang is just like, "I'll fight your ass."
Yeah, and he's some kind of like royalty, not royalty, but like he's somebody's son or something like that.
Who, Liu Kang?
Yeah, there's some line in there where he's like, "That's the ancestor of blah and blah."
Sure.
So he's basically like the chosen one. So he challenges
Shang Tsung.
Yeah, Shang Tsung. Oh my God, I know this name. He's like my favorite character in the movie, and I can't repeat his name. Once the podcast started, I just struggle. So he challenges him. It's accepted. We get the Mortal Kombat theme coming back in here
And
again.
you see the spikes start coming up out of the floor.
Well, the spikes come after he first conjures like ancient fighters that he's defeated. Multiple. Liu Kang has no problem beating every single one of them.
Of course he has no problem.
But it was kind of cool seeing different fighters in different outfits with different weapons.
Right.
It just looked like it matched the video game. And then the spikes come out. There you go.
Yeah, on the emblem of the Mortal Kombat dragon, spikes start coming up, and then Shang Tsung starts being a little prick, and then pretends to be his Liu Kang's dead brother.
Yeah, Liu Kang didn't fall for it though.
No, he didn't. At first, for like 10 seconds. He did.
Like 10 seconds, but then he's like, "You're not my brother."
Right.
So after that, we get the Liu Kang finishing move.
So he does in the games.
Okay. I don't recall that happening in the movie like that.
Wow, they should add it.
We got Liu Kang's finishing move, which knocks him right under the big spike. They've won. They vanquished evil. Everyone's happy. Earthrealm survives. But they're a little too happy because it ends on a cliff note.
Yeah, to set up for a fantastic sequel.
Yeah, where like
Where
the...
nobody comes back. None of the original actors come back.
Yeah, they tease the Emperor. He's like in the sky. He's really big. And he's like...
Well, don't they show like the tower thing and then it like crumbles and then it's the
Yeah,
Emperor?
and it's the Emperor. He's like... "Ruh, ruh, ruh." I don't even. He probably says something. I can't remember exactly.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly what he says, but
All to lead to one of the worst sequels and worst movies ever made. As good as this movie is, that movie was garbage.
Was there hype going into this movie though?
Probably from younger teenage people. It was number one at the box office 3 weeks in a row.
You think there was probably more or less hype with the sequel, or do you think it just went downhill?
There was probably hype when it got announced, and once they saw trailers, they were probably like, no.
Yeah, exactly.
I think everyone knew the sequel was going to be garbage, especially after they recast everybody.
Yeah.
That will be a movie definitely. Once we do a round of just like picking horrible movies, that's definitely going to be a contender.
Ugh.
Any more facts here? Okay. Here's some of the facts. Looking up the movie. Jean-Claude Van Damme turned down the role of Johnny Cage to play in the movie Street Fighter. So this movie could have had Jean-Claude Van Damme.
We can pull that up right now.
Oh, that'll be on the bad one too. Street Fighter was my game. I actually like Street Fighter over Mortal Kombat as a kid, but they were both sweet. So this definitely has the better movie. All right, we already said the music one. Cameron Diaz was supposed to be Sonya Blade, but don't do that for Cameron Diaz.
Whatever.
We'll get a fist fight right now. But she broke her wrist and had to get replaced. Any other trivia or facts anyone found?
I got Sean Connery was originally eyed for the role of Raiden, but he didn't want a physical role at this point in his career. Danny Glover was also considered before they went with Christopher Lambert.
Danny Glover would have been sick, dude.
Danny Glover actually would have been sweet. Christopher Lambert, I think it was perfect as Raiden.
No, he had cross eyes half the movie.
You'll have that whole fight of whitewashing. Well, guess what? This movie came out almost 27 years ago. Can't take it back. It is what it is, so we can only look at it for what it is.
Yeah.
Danny Glover would have been sweet.
Danny Glover would have. He's getting too old for this shit.
Who was the other one you said?
Sean Connery.
Sean Connery would have been horrible. But the whole thing with Sean Connery and Christopher Lambert, the one who ended up playing him, are from the Highlander series.
There can be only one.
So he played his mentor. Anything else, or are we going to the good and the bad?
We can just go from the good and the bad.
All right, good. Music. Soundtrack to this movie is amazing. Hasn't aged badly at all. Gets you pumped through the whole entire thing. Like, do you just want to, work out, get in a fight? I don't know.
I feel pumped up every time I hear that bam, 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 bam.
Great soundtrack. Sakura, how do you feel about the soundtrack?
It's good. It doesn't make me want to do anything, though.
Yeah, the way you're sitting on the couch right now, you look like nothing can make you do anything.
Yeah. I mean, it's good music. It's good for the movie. It's iconic. You relate that song to Mortal Kombat because they scream Mortal Kombat in it about 70,000 times. Just to remind you. Yeah, exactly. Tyler knows.
The acting for a movie of this caliber, we're talking about a video game fighting movie, I thought the acting was good for it.
Yeah, Johnny Cage was the comic relief. He just had to get in all his little jabs everywhere. Everywhere.
Usually I don't like those characters. They come off too much, I don't know, too annoying to me, but yeah. I didn't mind in this movie.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't overly done to the point where it was obnoxious.
I think they just cast the perfect person. He just pulled it off perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so acting was good. The costumes, I like the costumes.
It's not her perfume you're following. or something like that. I don't know.
I smell her perfume. Yeah. I know what you're saying.
Yeah, it's like when they're following Katana, and Liu Kang's all like, yeah. Let's go at her. And he's like,
the thing I don't understand about that scene though, they're going down tunnels and there's spider webs.
Yeah,
she walked through it.
Yeah, that scene made no sense. She's down here,
full cobwebs. She would have moved the cobwebs, so I don't understand that at all. But
she came this way, bro. You gotta trust it.
The movie's very dark, lighting wise. So usually that's to hide things, but it works for the movie. It gives it attitude. The game had attitude when we were kids. Overall, I like the lighting. Costumes were good.
This is the best Liu Kang that's ever portrayed Liu Kang in Mortal Kombat. That's Liu Kang forever. Sorry, new guy in 2021. You are not Liu Kang.
Well, out of all the actors, Shang Tsung, played by Cary Hagawa, this was the role he was born to play. He was perfect. You have the wrong actor in that role saying the lines that he has to say, and this movie gets torpedoed.
Yeah, he was a good villain.
Yeah, he was great. He felt he actually was like this.
Yeah.
I totally believe him. His stuff should be corny, his lines, but he just made it now corny.
Right.
Standalone, he is the breakout character in this movie for me.
Aside from Liu Kang.
Liu Kang was awesome.
Yeah.
Shang Tsung was better.
Okay, I'll give you that.
But they're all good. All right, positives. Anyone else have anything?
Tyler, go ahead.
Okay. One thing I liked was the fighting in these. Like we talked about before, it seemed like the video game itself, which I really liked, and it felt really natural. The whole fight with Scorpion and Johnny Cage in Otherworld or whatever they were at. I like that whole fighting scene. That one was probably my favorite. It just seemed awesome and natural that you would see in the video game, which I like.
Until Scorpion rips his face off and looks like a terrible skeleton.
Great skeleton. Great physical effects. Yeah.
And then
Including
Bruce-
Goro. That's another positive.
Okay.
The Goro effects are amazing.
The Goro effects are good. I'm not knocking that.
Looks
Knocking
amazing.
the skeleton.
Skeleton's not bad looking. I don't know what movie you watched, but
I watched this movie.
don't believe you.
I have 45 hours remaining on this rental. I can watch it again, which I won't.
Why did you rent it? I said I could give you the copy to watch.
Because it was $2.
Yeah, it would have been $0.
Well, you know, you
I
live.
mean, I would have had to find it.
Right. And then I wouldn't have been able to watch it prior to you coming over. So
I also like that each of the main character, they have a clear motive, doesn't get too complicated. You know, a movie like this, you don't need like tricks and hidden stories and just clear motives for each of them.
Well, Sonya's motive is kind of done. Her arc is kind of done after she kills Kano. That was her whole.
Yeah, after that, she really has nothing to do in the movie except for get taken prisoner.
Right.
But that's how it was designed to be.
Yeah.
I also like this movie doesn't try to be anything other than what it is. This is a movie made for young adults, teenagers, action. Let's eat some popcorn. Let's have some fun. Let's not take it serious. And that's why it worked.
Yeah.
If you take it too serious, if you take yourself too serious making a movie like this, then it's gonna fail horribly.
Like the new one.
The new one did not fail all the way. It's not as good as this one. This one's still number one. All right, quote of the movie from me. We had those other two good quotes. Probably would have chosen one, but I wanted to choose something that's not like so obvious. So it's a quote by Raiden, and the tournament was too much responsibility, but vengeance, that's so much simpler. I like it. It's different. It's stronger than just get over here.
I like that though.
Any other major positives? I mean, we kind of talked about some stuff as we were describing the movie, or go right into the negatives.
Go for it.
Okay, my one big gripe about this movie is the CGI. And I understand that this movie is 27 years old now, but the CGI didn't look good back then, and it has aged horribly. I can still enjoy this movie with the CGI because it's not the biggest component, but yeah.
Yeah, Raiden turns into electricity like all the time, and it just looks terrible.
Well, I'm talking like Reptile.
Yeah,
Reptile
I'm
looks
talking
horrible.
about everything.
Scorpion, Scorpion's hand.
Sub-Zero, when he conjures ice, looks terrible. But when he like freezes the gun, looks pretty good.
The Conjuring wasn't horrible.
It was.
It's mostly when they do characters, or at the end when they're doing like buildings and they're like the big tower after they have Sonya Blade captured and she's like tied up, and it's really bad CGI. They like go up the tower and they like zoom in on her, and the wall, the brick, it's awful looking.
Or like when Scorpion takes off his mask and he turns into a skeleton.
Looks great. It's not CGI either. It's real effect.
I don't know. And then he explodes.
Yeah,
by getting chopped in the head by a shield. Doesn't make sense.
Because he's made of lava, apparently. Didn't you know that?
And then Reptile is made of worms and grubs.
Yeah.
That's not true. That's not true. He gets sucked into the statue. The worms and stuff came out of the statue, not Reptile.
All right, whatever. But like that also like explodes or not? No, it doesn't. Liu Kang just crushes his head.
Yeah. Some people, the complaint might be it's too corny, it's too cliched. I didn't find a problem. If it's done badly, yes, I'll attack it for that reason. This was done well, so I'm not going to actually put those on negatives. The other negatives is they made a sequel. We're not going to talk about the sequel here, but
and a reboot.
The reboot's fine. It's the sequel that is like the horrible. The reboot is not as good as this, but it's still fun.
Not a birthmark, Cole. Fucking hate that.
We'll get to that. We'll maybe do a thing of like most hated movies, and that can be your pick.
One of them.
Why? By the end of the summer, you actually liked it, and you just forgot that you were like...
No, it's bad. You go back and look at it, it's bad.
All right. Do you have any more negatives about this movie?
Entertainment-wise, I watched it for probably, what does it say, hour and 102 minutes. So that's an hour and 42 minutes.
Yeah.
It probably held my attention span for about an hour, and then I slowly started just like not caring.
Tyler, any negatives on your side?
Yeah, partially that. I'm not a Mortal Kombat fan. I feel like if I was, I'd be like so into this, but me not being one kind of just made me lose interest towards honestly, if there was no fighting, I was just kind of just, watching it and not just like focusing on what's happening and stuff.
Right.
But also just, some of the effects, like the scorpion hand, Obviously, doesn't look the best.
Cartwheel behind the trees.
Done very well. I can't do a cartwheel that nice. Can you?
Try.
That means a no. We'll do this right now. We will film this and we will throw it on TikTok or
Yes, to
something.
do a cartwheel
for you,
and a
YouTube.
backflip or a front flip.
I'll do them all.
Yeah, okay. That will be fun. We will make you recreate. I will buy that costume for you,
Great.
and you will recreate it behind a tree.
Get over here.
Sound good? You gonna do it?
I'll do it.
All right, sweet. Tyler, where can they find us at?
They can find us on YouTube, Twitter, and TikTok at Last in Class Podcast.
Let's see if we can get that done. All right, so going to the ratings at this point.
Sure.
All right, Tyler, what do you give it?
I'm gonna give this a 3.5.
All right,
Pretty
Sakura.
strong.
Oh wait, should we go? Oh, give me your rating.
I will give it a 3.
A 3? That's pretty good for you. I'm gonna give it a 4. So just a reminder of the ratings: a 5 is a truly classic, 4 is pretty good, 3 is the middle of the road, 2 is should be better, 1 is it's bad, and 0 is nothing redeemable. Total score of 10.5. Is this what, a 3.5? 3.5 rating. So it's pretty good over a middle of the road.
Yeah.
That's an honest ranking. I know I gave it a 4, but that's because it's so entertaining. I'm attached to it. So obviously I'm biased.
Yeah.
But entertainment is better than quality sometimes. Sometimes quality is better than entertainment.
Says you.
3.5. So doesn't make the wall of fame, doesn't make the wall of shame.
It's a decent movie, especially
Yeah.
for when it came out.
Yeah. All right. So next movie we're up. Sakura's Choice, video game movie.
Doot. John Leguizamo, Bob Hoskins coming in hot with that Super Mario Brothers, how they pronounce it in the movie.
You mean Mario?
Yeah. I don't
Luigi
know why they say
Mario.
Mario, but it's Mario. Yeah.
I'm super excited for this. This is going to be a very fun one. Tyler has never seen it. Tyler doesn't know what he's getting into.
It's amazing.
Maybe Tyler wishes he was 21 by that time so he could drink while I watch it. He's only a couple weeks away. That'll be a fun episode to do.
Yeah.
I already told him I will pick him up, drive him here, and drive him home so he can have fun on whatever podcast it is. We'll try to do something special. Don't have a plan yet, but that'll be a fun one.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. Yeah, he can crack one open with you.
Gonna have to keep up.
All right, so I think that about does it for us right now, right?
Yep.
All right. Well, we'll see you in a couple days and talk
Get
about
ready
Mario.
for those Mario Brothers.
Mario.
And Luigi Mario. Mortal Kombat. Get over here.